And I thought, we're not talking about not ever being together. We're just talking about your sleeping arrangements. Sleeping, it's okay. It's like these people acted like, they weren't a couple. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, right? So
I wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear. With every
aw, you came back. Thank you. I wasn't sure you guys would because, like I said, I have so much to talk about and I couldn't fit it all in one video. I'm going to break it up into like 3 because there's just that much to talk about and I need to get caught up. I was gone for almost a week, so it's just all pent up inside of me. And I had to write it down because I just knew I would forget some things, and I probably will even still. But anyway, I don't even know where to start. I know. First, I'm going to touch on the carnivore thing briefly because I am actually doing a live collaboration tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock or Pacific Coast time. And I'll leave a link in the description of this video. It's going to be with some other carnivores, mainly my mentor and my good friend. I call him my little brother, George Goodenough. And he's going to be actually doing the interview. And I think there's going to be several other carnivores there. And it will be on the Carnivore Teacher's channel, his YouTube channel. So I hope you guys will tune in to that. There's a lot going on in the carnivore community just recently, and there's a lot to talk about, and especially me. I've been going through some transformations following this way of eating, and we're going to discuss that. As you know, while I was on vacation, I totally fell off the wagon, so to speak. I still ate most of my calories in meat, which means I'm still a carnivore, but I also ate some things that I absolutely should not have. But I'm like a child. And if I'm around sugar, I cannot deprive myself. Normally, we don't buy it. It's just me and my husband. So I don't see it. It's out of sight, out of mind. I have no problem. 9 months without any sugar, pretty much. I did amazing. But we went camping with all the grandkids. I knew we were going to be doing s'mores and making desserts and stuff. And like I said, I am like a child when I'm around it. And so I thought if I just have a little bit, I didn't consume so much that I gained any weight. I just brought back all my inflammation because that's what sugar does. And I am inflamed from head to toe. My joints hurt, my knee hurts. It was a nightmare. And I have to learn my lessons the hard way. That's just the way I am. And I probably haven't even learned it still. I wouldn't be surprised if I do this again. But in the meantime, I am trying to detox. It's like going through withdrawals all over again, like, getting off of drugs. It literally, because sugar is a drug and it is that difficult. It is not easy. And I am having a hard time this time, but I am trying. And it's going to take me a while. I have to just stuff my face with meat. And that's how I got off of it the first time. Carnivore was the only way of eating that helped me kick my sugar habit. I've never done it with any other diet ever. I still consumed sugar. This was the first time I was actually able to just completely get it out of my diet. And it was because carnivore is so satiating with the high protein and the high fats. It just killed all my cravings for sugar. It was amazing to me. It was a miracle because I'd never been able to do that before. So I really regret going off the wagon, so to speak. I thought just having little bits wouldn't be a problem. And I did it just 2 months ago. I did it at Easter, and remember, just that little bit, my knee was hurting me. So you would think I would learn, right? So that's why I know that I will probably go through this, time and time again, because that's just how I am. But I'm going to do my best to at least cut it out as much as possible, because I don't like the consequences of eating sugar. The pain is not worth it to me. It really inhibits my mobility. I live in a 2-story house. I have to be able to run up and down the stairs 20, 30 times a day because I am always, forgetting something. But now it's like, it hurts so bad when I get downstairs and I think I forgot something. I'm like, do I really need it? Can I live with? I'll get it the next trip up. Yeah, before I wouldn't even have thought about it. Just run back right back up the stairs and grab it and whatever. But it hurts. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about that and how apparently it doesn't do that to everybody, but it definitely does that to me because every time I've had sugar since then, this has been the result. Instantaneously, I get inflamed. So yeah, it's definitely toxic for me. So I want to talk about that, and we will tomorrow, I'm sure, during the live. But another thing that I wanted to discuss was this new YouTube channel that I recently discovered. And I want to preface it by saying that the girl that does this YouTube, well, lady, she's in her 30s, she's married, and she has 2 children. She's lovely and she's very sweet. And I haven't decided if she's extremely naive or if she's just super smart, because she has 11,000 subscribers and she manages to get them all commenting and talking on her videos, because she does something that even her subscribers refer to it as rage baiting. She posts these videos and she with the title, immediately they got to come in and they all have to give her a piece of their mind, because she's doing everything to just drive them crazy because she's supposed to be supposedly working to better her life and save money and move out of. She lives with her mother-in-law. She's lived with her mother-in-law since they were married for 10 years, is from my understanding. And she wants to move out. And so she talks about how they're going to move out and save money, and but they do everything they're not supposed to do. And she shares that with you, about they quit their jobs every other week, and she gives you a tour of her mother-in-law's house, and it's a disaster. She apologizes for not cleaning it beforehand, but it's like it was pretty bad. And everybody was just like coming at her. It was like, how dare you film your mother-in-law's house? How embarrassing for her. And and it needs a lot of repairs, and there's doors falling off the cabinets and stuff. And in the video she says something about how she wishes the mother-in-law's other son would come over and fix these things, when her husband, the mother-in-law's son, is living there rent free and not working. It's like, why wouldn't you ask him to fix these things, And the same with, not cleaning, and, the mother-in-law is letting them live there. It's like, you should be cleaning her house for her, just, stuff like that. So that's why I have to wonder, does she do this purposely to provoke people? Because it works. She has her whole subscription base in an uproar. If you read the comments, are just gold. I think people come there just to read the comments, because everybody's going to give her a piece of their mind, and they do. And so, like I said, I think she's a smart cookie. I really do. I think she's rage baiting, and it gets you in. I think maybe I could learn from her. I don't want to provoke people or say something that I can't back up. That's what, when you put out a title, otherwise it's just, what do they call it? Not rage baiting, but a fake title. I can't remember what they call it, but, and it has nothing. It's just to get people in. It's fake. You can't do that. People will leave. They're not going to hang out when they realize you do that all the time. Although I know another channel where this guy, that's all he does. Every title is like that. And it never, any of his content ever has anything to do with the title. But people still tune in because he still has a channel that, you want to watch. It's about being off grid, and he does have some good information, but it's like, why does he always use those titles? They're like, oh, the police got called last night, or, oh, my wife kicked me out, and all this stuff. And then it's got nothing to do with that. So it's like, I don't know. These people are obviously smarter than I am, because they've got way more subscribers. People are tuning in to watch them. So I thought maybe I should pay attention, because I'm still trying to get to that 5,000, like I told you guys last week. I last week I think I needed 180 more subscribers, and now I need 140. I only managed to get 40 new subscribers this last week, so I'm still working on that. 5,000 is the goal, and yeah, I just I can't come up with the content like they do. It's like, and all it is just rage baiting people, and to get them to watch your video, and then I don't know. I don't think I can do that. But one of the things that she was discussing, another video that got people just all up in arms, was she was talking about how, or no, I think it was even in that video where she was showing you the tour of the mother-in-law's house. She's showing you that it's a 3-bedroom house. The mother-in-law sleeps in one room with one of her sons. She sleeps in another room with the other son. And then her husband has a room all to himself. And everybody's like, wait a minute. Shouldn't the mother-in-law have a room to herself since it's her house and she's paying the rent? Shouldn't you two as a couple be sleeping together, and shouldn't the boys have their own room? Wouldn't that make more sense? And yeah, I kind of agree. But then she came on and she gave an explanation as to why they don't share the same bedroom, and I get it. I was like, okay, I get that. She was saying that her husband, for one, snores, and for two, they have different um, nighttime routines or whatever. And I thought, yep, same here. We watch different things. We go to bed at a different time. My husband, he has to be asleep by 7. He gets up at 3. I'm up till midnight, sometimes 1. And we totally watch different shows. And it used to be that I would watch something on my laptop with my headphones on, and then he'd watch the main TV. But even that, after a while, got old, because then like he would go to sleep and I'd still be up watching my laptop, and the light would be shining in his face because he likes to lay on that side. And it was annoying. Plus, he has problems with restless leg syndrome, and if you've ever slept with somebody that has that, the whole bed shakes, and it can't be helped. But yeah, I can see why people would do that. And I grew up in a family where it was very common for spouses to sleep in separate rooms. My mom always had the bedroom. My dad always slept on the couch. My brothers all have their own rooms. As soon as the kids moved out, they have their rooms, and their wives have their own rooms. And I just, for in my family, it was a very, very normal thing. It wasn't, there wasn't anything wrong with it. But usually it didn't happen until you were older. You know what I mean? Until the kids were raised and out of the house. In her situation, her kids are still very young. So yeah, like I said, people had a lot to say about that. But I don't know. Like I said, we have 3 bedrooms. It's just he and I here. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with, I would fall asleep in the guest room because I could stay up all night watching TV. And the same thing, he can watch whatever he wants. And I don't see a problem with it. But I'm sure there's some people that, well, in her comments, they were just like up in arms. They just thought that was the worst thing ever. And I thought, we're not talking about not ever being together. We're just talking about your sleeping arrangements. Sleeping, it's okay. It's like these people acted like, they weren't a couple. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, right? So anyway, that was just something that, struck me in one of her many rage baiting videos. So if you know who she is, you can leave me a comment, let me know. But like I said, she's either very naive, very sweet, or she's just brilliant, smart as a fox. Because her channel is growing and she's doing quite well, I'm sure, financially. So I'm gonna keep watching her just because I want to pay attention to what she does. And how long have I talked in this? 14 minutes, and I still didn't. I don't know. I've got to figure out how I can cut these things down and make them shorter, because my analytics show that people watch 7 to 8 minutes. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to watch these all the way through. If you do, would you leave me a comment? I know some of you do, and I appreciate you so much. And it means a lot to me. But if you don't, I can usually tell. But if you've watched this all the way to the end, what should you leave me? Say rage bait. In the comment, rage bait. And I'll know that you watched it all the way through. Oh, and I still have more to talk about, but I got to get ready. Like I said, I'm going to be doing that live collaboration. I'm going to leave the description. I'll leave the information in the description of this video. I hope to see you guys there. And I still have video number 3 to do, but that's on the rest of our vacation. If you want to see that, I'm going to post that one probably tomorrow. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.